been for the last couple of days. The first match was a real treat for pool fans. Good to see more spectators in here today to sweat the action. Day 4. Myself and Scott Frost will be bringing you the action. And it's going to be Duong Kwok to break. He's playing Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, his fellow countryman. He's just starting out on table 2. He's playing AJ Manus. Both Vietnamese players not doing too well. We'll catch up on the league table and the standings throughout this match. So this break saying, yeah, one in the side. Is he going to look at the blue too? No, he doesn't. It's going to be a safety.
Yeah, coming up behind the 7 if you'd like. The only problem with that is the 2 might become bare. So you've got to hit a little thinner. You don't want to leave the 2 in a bare position. The jump could be easy, and if you don't get the snooker, the 3 will end up near the 2, so he might come the other way. There's nothing wrong with the bank, is there? And just using the 7, but as you see, this is not going to get it.
I know it's the first shot of this match for Wong, but struggles continue.
Yeah, and FSR not going to be happy about that. He's really started to pick it up now. In the 6th position, 6 out of 9 wins, but anytime we use that inside ball, it's easy to overcut it, so you've got to be very aware of that, and I know he is.
Yeah, it's an extremely tight league table this year. A lot tighter than previous years. Obviously, Johan Chua has just beat Capito, so he's on 8 points from 10 matches played.
I tell you what a match Chua just played, Carl. He came with shot after shot after shot.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't watch it. I knew it was going to be a good match, the 2 guys at the top of the table. She was such a good shot maker, though, isn't he?
Yeah, did he fall in between here where he's a little worried that he's not able to just roll this? And you'll rarely see players at this level just roll the ball. They're a little concerned about cue ball veering or something just happening, maybe a kick from the object ball, but now thin on the green to the lower right. Could have used just one more rotation out of that cue ball. Gonna have to go into the back of the 9 or catch a piece of the 8. Guess he doesn't have to, but I think he would like.
So, like his countryman, who's playing on table 2. It's this 9 ball for the first rack for Duong. And yet, on the first over on table 2. There it is. Okay, Ruiz had a chance. Missed the long 2. Cost him the rack. Duong sits in 13th place. He's on 3 wins from 9. There's a load of players on 3 wins from 9. Labutis in, well, AJ in 15th, Labutis 14th, then Duong, then Eklund Catcher, Sanjin, Edward Koingen, all on 3 wins from 9. Let's go over to table 2.
Yeah, and on the yacht really needs to get a match under his belt. He's kind of trying to repeat what David Katie did last year, which is a very difficult thing to do. But we know in this format, you start losing matches, it can really build the pressure. Did get the first game down. Formidable opponent, just not showing his stuff yet this week. AJ Manis. Glimmers of hope from the youngster. And long on the pink here, Carl, where he's got to come back and forth.
Yeah, decent break from Ruiz with the luxury of the split screen. This is a good shot from Andiat. It's the hold up. Wow, this is not really what AJ Manis needs. Obviously, he's in that group of players who have won 3. He needs wins, really. We're getting to the business end of this tournament now, where we really start to get a feeling of what's going on. See, 15 matches in the first round robin stage. It's not really up until now, is it, Scott, where you kind of start to see what's going on and who's got a chance of qualifying, and things will change and move.
Yeah, and speaking of Onyat, I mean, early, I think I called his first match. Looked really good to me. He's got a great break, but he has hit a lot of balls in the last couple of days. Maybe it's doing him some good.
Yeah, he's going to win the opening 2 racks, and if you didn't know, Aniat is yet to win a match. 0 wins from 9 matches. Last year, David Al-Kaidi went 0 from 14. Luckily, won his last match. Otherwise, it would have been the most famous donut in pool.
Well, you cannot argue the shot that FSR just played. I love the tactical side of his game. You can catch the 2 from either side here, top side or bottom side. You just don't want to catch it right in the middle.
How did he hit it? Oh, well, if he doesn't scratch. Happy with the outcome there. Pays to hit. It's a little saying we have. Some days you get away with it, some days you don't.
Yeah, Carl, I don't even know that he got away with it, right? If you catch the top side, you know that you've got something you can get away from up table, and as well as the low side.
Yeah, fair point. Ooh. Ruiz will sit back down and be happy with the outcome. There'll be no real value in going for the pot here. That's why he's not bothered. It's not good though. Yeah, obviously we're trying to get the cue ball in behind the 8, the 7, the pink 4 was there, but the 2 ball was never really going to go in a great place, was it? It was going up near that corner. It's hit the 9. Ruiz has already missed the ball in this pocket, and it was the 2.
You have to smooth this in unless you want to warp around the top. Oh, gosh. I Not even close. Buzzer didn't really apply till after contact, so I don't know that FSR are feeling real good here early. Rarely do you see him miss a ball like the last couple. Wow, this needs to carry. I mean, I don't know what's happening here.
Just the 2 matches today for Ruiz. Obviously the one he's playing right now, and then he'll be up later this evening on table 2 against Neuhausen.
Yeah. Can he knock this one down? Oh, there you go. Great recovery after a pretty big miss the inning prior.
Yeah, a little knee settle. AJ Manis is at the table. A couple of balls left over on table 2.
Yeah, that's short. So he's either going to have to wrap around the 7 and 8 or take distance on the purple. The problem with coming around with the 7 and 8 is that green 6 might be a real big ball. I think he's just going to have to take the long ball here on the purple, Carl. It looks like he's keying up to come around. Watch the 6. Oh, he beat it real easily. Nicely done by El Ferrari.
Fairly tall, so should be okay. Plays with the a little extension on the cue, like quite a lot of players these days. Thinking when they start out, you know, this tournament and the format, I wonder if they're really thinking about the matches like they are now. You know, Ruiz has got the 2 games. Just feels like you start to think, I know what I've got to do now. At the beginning, it must be a bit like, what's going on? Just match at a time. Now it's a little bit clearer.
No, it's a very, very fair point, right? We've not been in this position. This isn't a regular tournament format, quite a bit different. Gets great towards the end as well, but how are they feeling in the beginning? What's the thought process? Is there really a big urge into playing well? Obviously, I think you want to, Carl, right? But what are the thoughts at the start of these events?
Yeah, I mean, he's in 6th place at the minute. 6 wins from 9. Taylor Stiers in 9th place. He's on 4 wins from 9, so he's not that far in front, is he? And also the leader is on 8 out of 10. Very, very tight. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 players on 7 wins. Defending champ Shane Van Bonen, he's on 5 wins from 9. He's on the main table next against Sanjin Milvanovic. So that's a big game for Shane, you feel. Sanjin's in 11, 3 wins from 9. Shane could just jump up a little bit if he beats Sanjin. Anyway, back to the action. This will work out very handy.
Yeah, this is what you want when your life is on the line. And out like this. What a great spread here. Table number 2, AJ Manis just sitting waiting for his opportunity. Great jump by Nyat on the 2-ball.
Key to this shot for Duong is just make sure you leave an angle on this brown 7. It's a funny one. You don't want to be too steep. You don't want to be too straight. That's about perfect.
Yeah, I mean, is he a little straighter than he wanted to be? He's going to have to thump it a little, Carl. Wow.
Seen that with Tyler Steyer yesterday, you know. I think he did something similar. He kind of like really loaded up with the cue, and the cue ball fired across and scratched. That went in a little thick, didn't it? He was just trying to play up the rail a bit more, just get a bit more out of the cue ball.
Do you think there's a point where these players may be over-respecting the tables a little bit, kind of gets in their mind?
Yes, just under 4 inches the corner pockets. Usually play on a 4-inch circuit. But listen, we're seeing shots falling. Let's not be too naive. Your cue ball's just got to be a little bit better. We're seeing the guys at the top of the table. You just said Joe just played a wonderful match with shot making and everything. So the guys who are in stroke who are playing well, you know, they're handling it fine. Tyler Steyer, Edward Cringian, Sandin's in here, Shane's at the table. Not the pool table. Stood up out of vision, but he's in it. Players usually trade racks while waiting for their match. FSR to break. He's trailing 2-1. Bit of 9-ball action.
Yeah, what's the 8 going to do? He did not get the 1 down. It came short. Maybe a touch then, just a touch. 9 looming down here over the lower right corner. How much of this can he see? It is hard to tell. Can he get enough of this to play the 1-9 combination? Well, it looks really tough. Actually, it looks almost like the one's going towards the pink, but you can't imagine.
What an effort, Scott, that was. Look how tight it was. He just had to miss the 8. I bet when he struck the cue ball, he felt good about it.
Yeah, and a little bit unlucky. He got a double kiss on the 1, which kept the 9 there.
Yeah, that was incredible when you look at the replay. It's going to be a quick rack. Oh, can you believe he's missed that freeze? Oh, my word.
Yeah, that is what's incredible. How do you miss this combination? FSR not on the money yet. Maybe a slight look of embarrassment there. Carl, you might have made that combination.
It was never a strength, to be fair. This is a little tricky, I think.
Yeah, he's going to probably have to go through the 1 pretty heavy in order to make the 9, to be honest. Unless he wants to try a trick shot and carry him off the rail.
Oh, in the end, it wasn't too bad. He hit it quite thin. Huge mistake from Ruiz. You're just so used to these players knocking all the shots in, aren't you? So when they miss, you're a bit... gives you a little bit of a shock. Table 2 is tied up. Here's a look at the carom. It's what we call it when the cue ball comes off a ball, then knocks another ball into the pocket.
Yeah, simply just overcut the one. Something that none of us were really expecting. You see it all in this game.
Yeah, again, seeing the 9-ball move. Wonder if you can see an edge of the blue too. If not, it's going to be a rollout.
Yeah, I think to what Carl said, if he can catch a piece of the right side of the two, I mean, he's got the cover with the pink and the red, but he is rolling out, so he's going to come down this way. And I think he's going to have to take a seat here. I don't see FSR passing this up, especially with the 8 being there. He can use the red and the pink. Only concern is, though, there's a big gap between the 3 and the 4. Ain't it tough to just drift this down? Yeah, so Fran did give it back. A little surprised with that. Just caught it too heavy. And I think the side is available. Tight.
That's a very useful flick. AJ wins rack number 5 on the other table. Is it more doom and gloom for Andy?
Yeah, and AJ was trailing 2-0. Anyet had an opportunity, I think, to get up 3-0 on the green 6.
Not hanging around, is he?
No, might have taken a little bit of the heat when you missed the 1-9 combination because he is on the move.
Okay, 3-2. And yeah, it's breaking. Table 2. Made a ball. Looks like he's got some sort of long, difficult combo. This is that combo. A little bit more difficult than the one that FSR just missed. Handled it very well.
Yeah, stayed nice and still, level over the cue ball. That was as clean as it gets. And back over to Ruiz. And the Martian. Kind of awkward on the 1. Can he bank the 1 to the left side and just kind of wrap around towards the 9? I don't think so. He wants to come off the top of the 1 and use this awkward cluster. down here. No, that's not very nice of him.
Yeah, you can just get to that piece of rail before the middle. It's going to need right-hand spin to create the angle. Needs this to bounce. Needs a bit of help from the round 7. He's not going to get it. There's distance, though.
Yeah, I guess if he can get good on the 3, the pink does play to the lower left or lower right. First, he's got to make the 1, then he's got to make the 2. Well, he didn't get past the 1, Carl.
Yeah, we're watching the 1 ball. Just watch where it catches. Amazing, isn't it? If you'd play that slow, it'd go in easier. Whenever you're hitting the ball with some pace, it's got to go in the middle.
Yeah, a lot of times that pace tells us that they're just a tad bit uncomfortable. Whereas you could kind of smooth that in a little bit more and get more out of the cue ball. Amateurs tend to think that the harder you hit it, the more you're going to get out of the cue ball. It's exactly the opposite. What's he doing here? Coming across the top of it. You're just not quite executing the way he'd like today.
Bank shot sets up quite nice here. Two ball goes in the bottom left pocket, past the purple, in between the purple and the 8.
Passing this up.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I mean, this stage in the game, you've got to take it from these guys. You can't wait. And in my opinion, you've got to go at that 1 there and see what happens.
Yeah, it's not like the cue ball wasn't going to go in a fairly good position. He was a decent favourite to have a shot on the blue too. Yeah, Ruiz is clearly not woke up on the right side of his bed today. That was not really that difficult, actually, from that camera angle.
Something off with FSR. I'm sure that will change as the day moves forward, but what an awkward rack this has become.
Yeah, we've got that big cluster of balls down the left.
I don't think anybody wants to make the 2, the 1, or any of them. 4, 6, 5, and 8.
Yeah, I wonder if the 4 ball goes from where the... Well, no, I don't think it does now. We've come round here.
He's not coming 2 rails behind this, so he can get heavy behind the 2 here, and that's why.
Yep, the old kick and stick. Jump to straight out. It's like a dead cert to hit the blue 2. Jump cues now, they just... Cue ball just pops up, doesn't it? So that's not really the difficulty. Trying to get it safe. Wasn't far off potting the ball.
Yeah, look at this, Carl. He's left him a line to where he can go into the cluster or maybe the green 6.
Yeah, you would think if he goes into the green, he wants to draw the ball, hits it full. Might come back off that side rail and back up towards the 3, but just needs to slow down, Scott. Maybe he thought just to open up the couple of balls, now the pink 4 goes. I'm sure he wanted a better hook.
Yeah, he just kind of whacked at it. I don't think there was really any intention there of doing anything other than making a good hit, because the 7 was always going to kind of stop the 2. I thought maybe go to the thin side of the 2 with the jump cue and maybe get lucky coming around behind this cluster. And does he just float the... All right, so he's going to take this on, but now awkward on the 3. Every shot is an adventure.
Yeah, this is the type of shot where we've seen him wobble a little bit. Well, that's why he's left distance, Scott. Didn't want to come closer to his work. I think the only way he could have done is if he'd have gone forward anyway, so I'm not saying he needed to. Bit of distance again.
Yeah, and when he misses that long ball from time to time, we see some type of movement in that front arm. He's always doing that, right? He does it when he gets in gear as well, but there's always some type of little, just a little pre-shot movement before contact.
Yeah, he was off it a little bit at the European Open as well. He ended up losing to Tobias Bongers, and I remember Bongers missed a 9 ball off the spot to go 9-7 up, and at 8-7 Ruiz had all momentum, the balls were there, and he played a shocker on the purple 5, ended up costing him the match. So he's definitely not on point with his game.
I got to speak about table 2 on Nyat. 3 balls away from going up 4 games to 3. Could this be the match that gets him off the goose egg?
Yeah, he just played a good positional shot there to leave himself plumb on the 8. Well, and yet he's going to find himself on the hill. Just 1 rack required for his first point of the week. The kick has gone wrong for Ruiz.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Carl, it was a heck of a kick from where he was. Really tough to judge. It's pretty thin still. Looks like he's just going to try and drag it in. Nicely done. 1 good shot left. Pull it back a foot and you'll be happy.
Well, is it going to be a good day for Vietnamese pool? Both players are on the hill. Okay, what we got here? Type of shot does he have on the blue 2? I think he only plays the 1 match today, and yeah.
I do believe it banks to the lower right, but it's kind of one of those all or nothing. I would not play to just play the cue ball or go forward if you're banking at it. You just want a nice medium pace here. Allow the pocket to take the ball. You're going to carry position on the red 3. Yeah, and that's it right there. Very nice work by Anyat. Room owner of 13 rooms in Vietnam, Carl. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to go to a few of them and all, and they're all big and glamorous rooms at that. This was a decent break. See the arc on the cue ball.
Yeah, been kind of a toxic match for FSR ever since the 1-9 combination that you wouldn't dream he's ever going to miss. Overcut the 1, cost him the game. What's he worried about here? Is he worried about being able to hold the 2 or the cue ball here just behind the 9? Can't you just send the 2 up past the pink? No, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, did he get him behind? Close.
Kind of a big story, right, on Nyat? 4 balls away from beating Manis and his first win of the PLP. He's made it look pretty good. Felt like he's had this in him the entire week, just haven't quite seen it.
Yeah, the timing is not good for AJ Manis. Not over yet, though, Scott. Not quite how we wanted to be on this 8 ball.
Yeah, definitely caught that ball fraction thick. The 2-9 really looks good to defeat FSR here in the top left corner.
Yep, Duan Kok Kwang makes the combo. He wins the point. And Nyat knocks the 8 in. He's smiling. Look at his face.
Yeah, I'd be smiling too. He's on the board.
At last, An Nyat has won his first point of this year's PLP, and he's absolutely delighted.
And the crowd goes wild.
Right, coming up next, a 5-time US Open champ,